Welcome to the finance meeting for the City of Hudson for Monday, February 6th. First order of business is minutes of past meeting. Has everyone had a chance to review and read their minutes?
Move for approval.
Is there a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We also have the minutes of a closed session meeting. Do we need to approve those?
So just so
Yeah.
you're aware of.
Yeah.
Well, were
Everyone
they
get a
handed
chance
out?
to
We
read?
handed out
Yeah.
tonight, yes.
Yep, and then
Okay.
everybody's had a chance to look at it. Okay. Application for operator's license, or I'm sorry, the claims.
Motion to approve.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
On that, real quick, are we
Yep.
looking into the cleaning services and?
I talked to
the
Deb a little bit
airman,
about it. She's back.
armor?
Kind of started full-time this week, so I
Okay.
mentioned it to her, so I'll follow up with her.
Okay.
Application for operator's license. You have a list of people for application from 2/7/12 to 6/30/13. There's about 15 of them.
I'll remove myself.
Okay,
Move for approval.
is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Application of Lori Zimmer for a taxi cab license. I think everything is there. Chief Jensen checked it out. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 6, review proposal from Proth for an update on impact fees needs assessment. Dennis, you want to come up and let's talk a little bit about your proposal?
Yeah, at the Public Works Committee meeting on this past Tuesday, I brought it up as a future agenda item, the fact that the city has collected impact fees in the past, and there's still some remaining to be collected, but that due to some changes in state statutes, there's time constraints attached to those, and some of those impact fees start expiring this year with sanitary sewer, and the next year with both storm and sanitary. And the last update to the city's impact fee needs assessments were done in 2002. So there's about 10 years worth of improvements that have been constructed. And so the part of the assessment, or part of the needs assessment, is to look at what needs to be constructed yet, that those impact fees were established to pay for. And that's what this proposal is asking to do, to update the last 10 years worth of improvements, spreadsheets and maps, so we can look at the city's current fund balances that Neil has been summarizing and keeping track of, and see what needs to be constructed yet, and where there's any discrepancies, whether there's surplus or deficit with impact fee balances. This proposal is to do the sanitary and the storm is, if you were to do the entire comprehensive plan for these utilities, it would be about 4 or 5 times that much. This is a update of the existing data that the city already has, without trying to put not overkill, but extra effort into it, trying to minimize the effort.
Are these existing impact fees, is that where you would pay for these, what we have left over?
Yes, we would pay for this using existing impact fees, and there are.
Because we're gonna lose it, and so you're making a money grab on what we do or lose?
No. You can forego this effort if you wish to.
No, I'm just trying to understand, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a smart guy with you.
What we're trying to establish is what infrastructure remains to be built out of all the infrastructure that these impact fees were originally established for. And there's a fair amount of infrastructure that's been constructed in the last 10 years. And then there's also inflationary updates that should be applied to that. The reason for doing the update is to verify what needs to be constructed yet, how much money the city has to pay for these improvements, and the fact that there is sanitary funds potentially set to expire this year unless the city constructs some of these things.
And briefly, you're getting inside and looking, because that's a huge amount of money for, you're looking at every aspect of the water and sewer throughout the city, or?
Every single segment of sanitary sewer and storm sewer that was constructed and remains to be constructed.
From 2002,
Correct.
so it's about a 9-year or 11-year,
10.
10-year.
Now, in some of that, it's not going to be everything within the city, because the original needs assessment identified, needs in certain areas that are predicated on, to serve those areas in terms of, growth.
Right.
Some of that, the city has constructed, some of that has been contributed by developers. So the purpose of the study is to see what's left to be constructed, and then where are we in terms of funds that we're holding and or need. And, the outcome of that may be that there are some projects that, because we know the state and, put the deadlines on, use it or refund it, maybe we need to initiate some projects that are needed, before we ultimately have to refund those, and then we're looking for funds again in the future because we've already identified that need.
Do you have a balance, rough balances? Maybe you don't have them with you, but.
Yes, I do. We are looking at, if you look at the fund balances in storm sewer, impact fees, we have, $1,673,000. Sanitary sewer impact fees, $1,360,000. Library impact fees, $30,900. Those are what came in this year. And then, water impact fees of, $50,000. And, the water impact fees, the water department has been fairly aggressive in spending those. So I think the spending deadlines for that 50,000 is out into 2017, so I don't really view that as being an issue, where the expenditure deadlines for storm sewer and sanitary sewer are much sooner than that.
Well, we got Vine Street paid for, right? Right there.
Can't use it for that.
Can't use it for existing infrastructure, right?
Right.
It's a redo. It's brand new. Doesn't work.
Nope, nice try, but. So, thoughts?
I think it's well worth doing with that type of money on the table.
Oh, absolutely. We also, with the U-line, if that goes through coming forward, that'll generate some significant fees from stormwater but that will have a longer
Right.
life on it, right? Correct?
Well, I'll move for approval to expend these funds to update the impact fees.
Is there, you want to put $1, like 5 plus maximum of,
Well, maximum of 12.5.
okay. Is that okay with you? Does that
Yes,
work for you?
if it,
If it's gonna be more, can you
If you
come
wanna
back?
come back.
if it's more, we'll come back. If it's less, we won't spend that much.
Okay, I appreciate that. Is that okay? Second,
I'd second it.
any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Motion carries. Any other discussions that you want, or any other items you'd like to add on future finance committee meetings?
I want to
Agendas?
ask a question about the storm water impact fees. Are those for specific areas of the city where those impact fees were collected? Or
Yeah,
is
when that needs analysis was originally done, they identified certain districts within the city, and then identified certain stormwater trunk lines that would need to be put in to serve those areas as they were developed.
Are these new areas then? Are these?
These are newer areas.
The bulk of it, I believe, is the southwest Heritage Greens, Red Cedar
Are in the
Canyon,
area out there?
Yeah.
No. Meadows, Lighthouse.
Some of it relates to, kind of the top end of Vine Street, but most of what's served up there ends up going into Lake Malibu and not down Vine Street.
And the impact fees are coming out of housing that was developed and
Correct.
people are paying it as part of their cost of the housing.
When the development agreements were created, they usually were paid,
Okay.
a lot of them, some were paid by house, some of them were paid lump sum by the developers when they came into the city.
Any other questions? Okay, I'd like a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned, thank you.